Hello Scorpio, it is Bella Cat Tarot. This is for your May 2017 general reading, tarot reading. I like to do the Celtic cross layout and try to help each individual astrology sign what your initial situation or ordeal or whatever, whether it be in a positive, negative way, or whether it be in a, business or love way, however the reading basically comes out. This is a general reading for Scorpios, which, yes, those that don't know, the wonderful water sign that is ruled by the planet Pluto. Scorpios, yes, we all know that you guys are not necessarily the aggressive type of people, unless you guys are provoked, and even then, you guys tend to be a bit contemplative, which, that means signifying or expressing in what it is that you're involved in depth by the way that you guys think in a prolonging way, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. You guys just like to be very, precise before you guys are impulsive. And that's a plus size to that. Also on that, they crave, you Scorpios, crave alone time. And you guys are also secret keepers. You guys are good at doing. Scorpions, you guys are also very unfearful people. You guys tend to be those of the zodiacs that do those, crazy things that most people wouldn't do, just to basically show them that, hey, whatever. But you definitely get crossed wrong. You guys are definitely a sign of the zodiac that does not forgive or forget that easily, per se, So, that is to start that off. This, again, is a general reading for you Scorpios for the month of May 2017, about whatever it may be that you guys are initially dealing with. And I will also pull out 4, 5, 6, however cards many my intuition feels to pull, to give more clarification of your outcome overall, along with a few angel oracle answers from our guardians, along with whom in which you guys may believe is the higher authority above God, or if you guys are of other religion, etc., etc. So, okay, let's get started now for Scorpio. What is your May 2017 situation, ordeal, or whatnot that it is you guys are currently or already bypassed and dealt with, which would be a good thing. All right. The first card is what initiates your situation, or what was. And that is, for Scorpio, the Fool card. Okay? As you guys can see, the Fool card. This next card is what is represented to be your added impulses, which is the Death card. And remember, this is a general reading, Scorpio. Okay, this next card is what represents what you guys are consciously seeking, consciously gaining, etc. And that is the 6 of Pentacles, okay? The next card is what represents what you are not consciously aware of. Probably should be, but you guys are not. And this is in your emotional state. And that is the High Priestess in reverse. Your immediate past is your next card, and for you Scorpios, it is the 9 of Wands. For your immediate future, if you have not already dealt with it, you will, is your 8 of Pentacles in reverse for the immediate future. So that is something that you will be facing if you have not already. The next card is what represents your attitude towards this whole circumstance and ordeal. and that is the Temperance card in reverse. Your external influences that are being placed upon this from people or places is the Empress in reverse. The next cards will represent your secrets of hopes or your secrets of fears. And for you guys, it would be the Six of Swords in the upright position. And what is your indication of your outcome is the Ten of Swords in the upright. Okay? Overall outcome. This is for Scorpio, May 2017, general reading. We're going to get started now, and let's see what we can basically manifest of this. Okay, I mean, we do see very many high arcana cards, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of, put my mind together here for you guys so I can tighten this as good as I can. Okay, well, for one, we're going to get started. Your initial situation is the Fool card in the upright position, okay? The Fool card in the upright position is someone who is fully in, someone who is extravagant, someone also intoxication-wise of a frenzy, okay? Nothing negative about it. Someone that's just enjoying life. As you see, he's just standing there in rocks and just breathing in the fresh air, okay? So you guys, as stated, in knowing that your personalities as well, you guys are definitely ones that, you know, are in depth, you know, with your thoughts, emotions. You guys rather be the ones that discuss before provoking any further wrongfulness. You know, you guys would rather do it the grown way than the immature way. Because, as well being said once before, you Scorpions do not like to be crossed. And if you guys are the one zodiac sign that definitely is known to not forget what happens, okay? Next is the Death card in the upright position. And for you, Scorpio, the Death card signifies end, obviously, okay? An end. Not end of anything in negativity, obviously, but the Death card basically, like I stated, is the end of a destruction or the end of some type of corruption, okay? And this is what this card represents in the position, the added impulses. So that's basically in this part of where it lies in the Celtic Cross reading for you guys, you Scorpios. It is basically letting you know that, you know, the added impulses are no longer there. It's the end. They're done. There's no more, you know, there's no more to deal with as far as when it comes to, you know, the freaking, you know, the corruptionness and the destructiveness. It was just, it's the end of it. It's the end of that, or we'll find out more into the reading. The next card is what signifies what you consciously are possibly seeking or trying to gain. And as you guys see, that this is the Six of Pentacles in the upright position. Okay, and in the Six of Pentacles, for you Scorpions, this is normally, obviously, as you can see, it's a guy who's being generous and passing money. It could also be a female, okay? So don't look at it as that way. But it is someone, you know, that definitely has their, you know, shit together. They're not distressed. And as for you Scorpions, you guys are definitely on some account possibly, you know, in for the attention. And now it is basically the accepted time and to do so for your prosperity, for your abundance, whatever it is, for your for the good deeds you want to be remembered, and you know, so forth and so on. So the good things you've been doing, are the things in the end that are going to be always remembered, okay? Regardless of whatever initial situation. That's why the initial situation looks like it's basically you. And normally, I'm not saying that this is, per se the exact wordings of being so, but, you guys, outsiders may look at you guys as being overly pristine because you guys like to take that time to think about what it is before acting on it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, in today's society, very judgmental people. So they see that as being to, as this guy has the Fool card, he has his nose in the air in the sense, okay? Even though he's taking a breath of fresh air because he's just like, each day as each day comes, even though today may have felt like a loss, tomorrow is another day to make it a gain, okay? Your Six of Pentacles is signifying you as the good deeds of what you're doing, and that's something that is what you consciously could be seeking or gaining. And you're gaining the respect if that's what you're consciously trying to. What you not consciously are aware of and should be for you Scorpions is the High Priestess in reverse. And this is a card that normally would represent in the upright position secrets or a mystery. But because it came for you guys in the reversed position, Scorpios, this card signifies for you guys a passion, a moral or physical knowledge too of surface. Something surfaced to you that now gave you some enlightenment into what it was. Okay, so maybe you guys weren't aware of it, but now are. And more in the sense I feel so. Now next, as we wonderfully know it, is the Nine of Wands. Wands, for those that don't know, are the fire sign signifiers. That is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And as this is Scorpio's May 2017, just so you guys know, you guys represent cups. The earth sign represents pentacles, and the air sign represents, like I stated, the swords. So, yes. All right. Anyways, we have the Nine of Wands in your immediate past, Scorpio, in reverse. And for that, the Nine of Wands is initially the card that represents how someone is basically, if it's in the upright position, you see it's a guy that's a guy, but remember, it could be guy or female, male or female. He's holding one wand and has 8 that are behind him, as if he's basically ready for attack. He's got his back covered, because he's doing it by himself, but you guys have it in the reversed position. So for you guys, this means the card signifies the strength in opposition, okay? So if attacked, the person will meet the outslot boldly. With this main significance, there are all its possible adjuncts, including the delay of suspense, okay, of the adversity. So even though there is, that ready to attack, but yet strength there's your calmness, because you Scorpions, like I said, you guys like to think before you guys act. Now, that's why I do definitely see this as being in the reverse position for you Scorpions, because in the upright position, you guys are not, like I said, the ones that will just go off on your impulses. You guys think about it, and that's a positive, good quality that, some people don't have. What your immediate future is and what you could have already seen or dealt with, and if not, you will, is your, if you guys can see this, your 8 of Pentacles, but for you guys, it's in reverse, okay? The 8 of Pentacles in reverse is normally a void of your ambition, okay? Or it can be that you guys are just unsure. In the upright position, it does signify work of employment in the commission, in the skill in which is in craft and in business. But with it being in the reverse position, it's as if you guys do know where you can have your abundance. But it's like right now you guys are basically just, you're avoiding the ambition. Maybe just because you don't per se emotionally feel as though so that's what you want to physically be right now. Let's continue though, and we'll get kind of more in depth. The next card is what initiates your attitude towards the whole situation, Scorpios. And you guys have the Temperance card. Temperance in the upright position is for someone with management or moderation of some sort. Okay, now, but for y'all, also economic. But for y'all, you guys have it in the reverse position. And that's normally someone that is connected with a religion or a church of some sort, and sometimes not necessarily for a good reason. It can be that you guys are in a church or in a, you guys are in a church, surroundings or whatnot due to an unfortunate reason, as well as this being a card that can identify the disunion or the competing interests. Okay, so that could be why, you guys are basically voiding, okay? Because this is right now just not, it's a disunion. You're disconnected from it. Your attitude is you just are disconnected, period. This next card represents the external influences, which is the Empress in reverse. Okay, and she in the upright position is normally a woman or male of fruitfulness, of action, someone that is in for long days, known to, someone of the unknown, but someone also with difficulty and doubt along with ignorance. But you guys, Scorpios, have it in reverse position on your layout for the Celtic cross. And for you, this signifies or could signify the light truth or some type of unraveling of an involved matter that you were placed upon in, okay? Or that they're trying to put you in from the outside. The outside's trying to place you in somewhere you just are trying to avoid, okay? And it's right next to the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Empress is someone that is basically, avoiding, or no, not avoiding, but, you're unraveling. You're trying to get your ass uninvolved. But you're getting down to the bottom because you guys are definitely people that are in depth with your thoughts before you act. That's why I say you guys are someone that thinks before you do, and it's a positive thing. And that can be due to your void, because you guys are sitting there now with your time to actually sit back, take that breath, and there's just something about that isn't following with someone else or something. Now, for what it would initiate your secret hopes or your secret fears is your Six of Swords in the upright for Scorpio. And the Six of Swords for you guys signify that basically it's going to be someone that may be going through a traveler journey, by water possibly, as it's a human being, we'll say, in the sense with their dog on a boat, traveling. But it also can be an envoy of something, or also on another account it could be a proposal to work or a proposal to what it is that you're voiding of your ambition, okay? It's a proposal to something. But your outcome overall is the Ten of Wands in the upright. And the Ten of Wands for you Scorpios signify someone of death or something of death. It could be the death of, just your ambitions, period, okay? It could be you just don't mentally have it no more. Physically, just don't have it within you or emotionally. Also, is basically, to sum up, it is a male or female, a human that is being pierced by the swords, as you see, stabbed in the back repetitively, okay? Whatsoever, it's intimidated by the design. Even though it may show that the person you guys went through pain, you guys went through, your afflictions, you dealt with the tears and the sadness and the desolation. You guys kept to yourselves like a hermit. You guys isolated yourself from people, okay? And it could be later on looked at as an advantage because you guys dealt with the worst. You guys have that strength within inside of you because you know what it's like to deal with the tears, the pain, the hurt, and the suffering. And in the long run, whether you want to look at it now, in the outcome overall, long term, it's someone that's dealt with the 10 swords and can only, from this point on, take what they've lived and learned during this whole time of the obstacle, that you just took yourself away from, that you were dealing with, whether it be relationship or work, business related. You guys you guys went through the bullshit and you guys now took what you lived and learned and you're gonna move from it. We're gonna pull out a couple more cards with the same Smith Watt Tarot deck to get more clarification for you guys as to the 10 of Swords in your overall outcome so that you guys can have a little more clarity. And then we will ask your guardians, angels, along with God to give us more clarity with the angel oracles before we do the complete finish finalization for you Scorpios on your May 2017 general reading. Okay. Now, just so everyone knows, yes, everyone has their own way of doing things. There's no right or wrong way, as long as it's just being done truthfully, okay? And I like having fun. I just enjoy giving mind of peace. But also I like to say it in a boldly, bluntless way, Not everyone's going to be right about everything. And note, this is my very first month of actually trying to do all zodiacs. And, the cards can have their own meanings, definitions behind it. But as a true tarot reader, we all are able to make our own simplified way of explaining the cards as they come in our own way, indicated by our intuition, okay? It's all just on how someone wants to interpret the circumstance. I mean, if you're getting it abrupt about it, then that obviously signifies that there's something wrong with this situation. Okay, so here's some more clarifying cards for Scorpio to finish off with your May 2017 reading. You guys have Justice in the upright position, followed by the Page of Swords in the reverse, then followed by the Three of Pentacles in the upright, along with the King of Swords in the reverse. So that's kind of almost two swords right next to each other. Followed by the Knight of Swords in reverse. Wow, that's a lot of swords here. And then Nine of Swords. There's a lot of swords here. Nine of Swords in the upright, followed by the Eight of Cups, and I'll do one more for y'all by the Ten of Cups. No, that's just not how it was, but that's just how it's laid. It's very, very... Okay, so the Ten of Swords is someone that's basically went through the pain, the suffering. You guys know what it feels like. You've lived, you learned, okay? So then what popped up for y'all Scorpions next is the Justice card in the upright position. Ooh, Scorpios. You guys definitely have gone through a lot of craziness, but you guys are definitely, are strong individuals. I gotta give you that, very much so. Okay, this Justice card in the upright position, Scorpios, signifies the equity or the righteousness of some type of executive but it can also be, you know, law in departments, you know. You've lived, you learned, and now it's basically where, you know, you're not going to go and freaking hypocritically do something to someone. You are going to do what you know, and you're going to do it rightfully. You're not in it to take what someone did to you and place that upon someone else. You're going to take what someone did to you and outlet it in a better way, because that's what's going to do only better for yourself. Okay? Next you guys have is the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, and Page of Swords in reverse for you is some type of evilness of the qualities, the unforeseen and unprepared state, but it also could be a sickness that it's intimidated with, okay? So, maybe just generally, maybe it's just something that you are, right now, you just are still with, like, the Fool card. You guys are still, you know, just, you're dealing with what you need to on your own. You're taking that breath. You're taking the time to just reflect and give yourself a moment to gain back your clarity and, you know, get yourself aligned again. So you can, you know, you're just having a frenzy right now. You're doing what you need to do. Okay? And there's no ignorance or carelessness that goes along with that. You guys are just doing for yourself right now because you need to. You need to have that time for yourself. And as it said, you know, you guys definitely like to express yourselves with whatever you're involved in a more contemplative way than most signs would, okay? So, even though it's, you know, like I said, the Page of Swords, which signifies that it could be more evil. But for me, I believe more so that it's you guys just basically right now not prepared. You guys are still getting yourselves balanced out, okay? Next was the Three of Pentacles that popped up for you Scorpions. And the Three of Pentacles signifies for you guys that it is usually, however, in most regards, a card of nobility and renown of glory. Okay? So with that Page of Swords, after you guys get that moment, like I stated, my intuition feels for you Scorpions, that you guys just are not ready yet. And once you guys are, that Three of Pentacles is here signifying that you guys are ready to re-own what it is. To re-own your glory, to re-own your nobility and your justice, which is the card that crowns all of them. So I love that. So, you know, to the most part. Next is the King of Swords in reverse. And for you Scorpions, this King of Swords in reverse, I mean, that's very ironic. Swords, like I stated, and this is for Scorpio, you guys are the cup sign. A couple cups I see here, so yes. On the other side, it's a lot of air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if that resonates with you, that would explain this sword individual that possibly could be, if it's not you. Okay? Y'all have this in the reverse position, and normally it's someone of cruelty or of evil intentions. Okay? Or it could just be a breach of faith. Okay? They're just right now, they don't have perversity. They don't have it. They don't have a filter. Okay, so whoever it is, whether it's an outsider coming in, which to some degree I would believe so, because the swords, like I said, indicate the air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They're bringing in a lot of disruption and corruption, and with this King being in a reverse for you guys, it's someone that is basically trying to place some evilness of intention upon y'all. Even after you guys, after the outcome long term, you guys have gotten balanced with the Three of Pentacles, because you're a Page of Swords, taking that time to sit back and just get yourself ready so that you are prepared when the time comes. this person's going to try starting that corruption again, okay? So we'll see what happens now with this Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse for you guys is normally of some incapacity or of extravagance, okay? So in the fullness of it, it is a card that signifies scattering his enemies. If it, you know, someone that's running from his enemies, but not in the upright, not in the reverse position. The reverse position, it's more as if, you know, it's just like you've conquered what you had to, so you don't no longer have to go necessarily defend yourself because you already dealt with the destruction with that 10 of Swords in the back. You know, you've been stabbed 10 times, you lived, you learned. You're not going to go through that same shit again. Alright? And then that followed by with the 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords for you, Scorpios, is normally of death, a failure, miscarriage, delay, or deception, along with disappointment or despair. So that could be looked at in many ways. Your partner in business work, or your partner in life, you know, life. Generally, the sword, like I said, is the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're basically just not making you happy. They're disappointing you. They're disappointing you guys. And Scorpio, that's sad because you guys are very witty people. You know, you think of others. You know, you're not the type that, like I said, you're not someone that's going to go choke somebody. You're going to give them the time to explain themselves. And it seems to me as if you have. But now it's basically their time for realization and awakening for them. Again, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius sign, if that resonates. The next card for you guys is the 8 of Cups in the upright position. And Scorpio, for you guys, the 8 of Cups signifies that y'all are basically... Boom, 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 boom. Sorry about this. Prolong a little bit here. But the 8 of Cups for y'all is a card that speaks on regards of giving joy and having honor and being modest, okay? So you guys, even though you've dealt with the pain, the hurt, the sadness, and the tears, you guys are still always, regardless, because you guys are just that, you know, wonderful freaking water sign that, you know, keeps yourself at least mindfully, mindfully reach to the point where you know it's smart to not go off impulse. You know it's better to reflect upon it before acting. Now with these 8 of Cups here, you guys, like I said, are definitely, you know,